Welcome to the new era of Wealth Building Podcast, formerly the MLMsuccess.com podcast. This show will reveal a new era of team building that has been created by smart contracts on the blockchain and technology that wasn't even available a couple of years ago, and most still don't know exist or understand today. We share with you real success stories from real people that are happening right now today. While traditional network marketing companies have fallen into a state of dissipation and delusion, what Mr. Calvert calls a social club, there is one company and organization whose members are progressing and growing their incomes weekly. This organization is led by the host of this podcast, Dale Calvert. Dale has always said that real product in network marketing is people. Dale has always taught, if you build people, people will build the business. We believe network marketing is the #1 personal development program on the planet, with a compensation plan attached. When you combine wisdom of the ages success principles, proven personal development systems, and a new era opportunity, you have the formula for life-altering success stories. And that is what we share with you in this podcast. So here is your host, who has a goal to develop 500 six-figure earners and 10 millionaires on his team over the next few years. A small-town guy that figured out early in his career that the real product in network marketing is people. And the magic in Zig's quote, "You can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want." Dale Calvert.
Hi, my name is Dale Calvert. If this is your first time here, we'd like to welcome you. This is a very, very serious session. The title of this is 3 Deep, Dark, Behind-the-Curtain Secrets to Building a Duplicating Network Marketing Team in 2024 and beyond that nobody else will tell you. I appreciate you being here. This session is designed for serious, career-minded network marketing team builders, people who care more about reaching their goals than anything else. I mean, people who are determined to reach their goals, people who care more about reaching their goals than anything else you can imagine. Let me say that again. I want to be as clear as possible. This is for people who want to build a real network marketing team, a real business with real customers, and they care more about reaching their goals than anything else. I mean, I'm not playing around here. This means more to you than whoever sponsored you in your company, more than your products. It means more to you than the amount of time that you put into your particular company. I mean, this means reaching your goals and building a network marketing team that you can be proud of means more to you than your mama. Obviously, nothing means more than your mama, but you get the idea. This is if that's not you, if I'm not talking to you, my suggestion is that you just skip this session because it's only going to piss you off, and it's going to cause you to send me hate email attempting to defend a network marketing guru that you should have never been listening to honestly in the first place. I don't need the drama. The odds are you've been very happy spinning around on your MLM hamster wheel. So please just stay there, be happy. I'm happy, and neither of us need the drama. And I hope that's cool with you. When I started my career years ago, I just absolutely fell head over heels in love with my first company, like most network marketers do. If you remember your first company, you remember the love that you had for that company. You know, you're a lifer or whatever, the naive thoughts that we all have when we first start. But I was extremely clear on my goals, even back then. My #1 goal was to get out of IBM in Lexington, Kentucky. I had to get out of that environment. I had to get free. And of course, I wanted to know how it would feel like to drive a brand new car and qualify for the company car program they had at the time. And then I wanted to take my family on an exotic vacation to Hawaii. But my #1 goal was getting out of my job. What are your goals? Why did you decide to build a network marketing team? What are your goals? Why did you decide to build a network marketing team? Have you forgotten the goals that you started with? Most do. Most forget the goals and the reasons that they start in this industry. Have you? Have you forgotten the goals that you started with? Most end up settling into what I call the network marketing social club. They just kind of hang out, order their auto ship every month, hang out on the webinars and the Zooms, and they go to a few events a year, and they're just kind of hanging out in the social club. And if you've forgotten your goals and why you joined to begin with, this session is not for you. It's not for you. If you haven't forgotten your goals and your reasons, this session is the one that you've absolutely been waiting for. How would you feel if you knew you could remove all doubt and could guarantee that you would achieve your goals and build a business and a team that you were proud of? Remove all doubt. I mean, if someone had asked me my first 5 years, if they'd said, Dale, they came up to me when I was during my first 5 years in the industry, and they said, what if you could remove all doubt? I and mean it. I don't know if I could describe the elation and joy I would have had if someone could have guaranteed me they could remove all doubt. If I could have just known from the beginning that one day I would be able to leave IBM, and there was no doubt about it, it would have changed everything. It would change my approach. It changed my attitude. It changed my self-doubt. If for some way there would be some way where you could remove that and just know, hey, stay the course, you're going to get there for sure. But until you've had a major win, until you've had a major win in your network marketing career, there's no way you can suppress the gnawing self-doubt. It's just kind of always there. You always have that concern. Is this really going to work for me? Can this really happen for me? I remember I was looking at an old journal from way, way back in 1983. And I'd been in the industry, I guess, about 3 years at the time. And it was a Ziggy cartoon that I'd cut out one Sunday afternoon. I went to my parents for lunch. We used to go over there all the time after church. We would go meet at my parents' house, and I would read the comics and look at the paper. And there was a Ziggy cartoon that I cut out, and it said Ziggy's just kind of looking up into the heavens, and said the caption was, "When does win a few start? When does win a few start?" And I know some of you can relate with that. I know some of you can. And sincerely, what if I could tap you on the shoulder right now with a magic wand and suddenly remove all doubt that it was going to happen for you? How would that make you feel? How would it really make you feel that every goal, dream, ambition that you had when you started in this profession was going to become a reality? Now, let me ask you a very serious question. Do you want to reach these goals the quickest way possible? The quickest way possible. If you can sincerely say, Dale, I am deadly serious, and I am open to guaranteeing my success and achieving my goals as quick as I possibly can. I care more about reaching my goals than anything else. If you can come from that perspective, then this session is for you. And if you are a very serious and very open-minded builder, I know the value you can gain from this podcast is far beyond any seminar, coaching program, or high-dollar course you will ever invest in. This honestly should be a course, but the problem is if I charge for it, sincerely, the value that you're getting ready to hear, there's no amount of money that could pay for what the value that you're getting ready to receive in this session. And I give away all my best stuff anyway. I have been a student of this industry and of human psychology since I joined the profession back in 1980. The three secrets have totally 100% been solidified in my heart and in my mind just over the past 5 years. I mean, after I have made millions and millions of dollars in this industry. So the reason you're never going to hear anybody share these three ideas, these three secrets with you is number one, very few people have been the student that I've been for the past 40 plus years. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Uh, Zig Ziglar ingrained in my brain when I was very young, you can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And even though I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars and lived a lifestyle most people can't even imagine, I've never once stopped trying to get better at helping other people get what they want. That's always been my goal, my passion, and I never will. However, I believe the real reason is that most people don't really have a deep understanding. Maybe they do of one or two of these secrets, but most don't have a deep understanding of these three secrets, and they don't care to, and they're never going to share them, even if they did know them, because these secrets you can't earn any money with them by sharing them with your team or with, MLM newbies. You can't make money sharing what I'm getting ready to share with you because this is behind the scenes secret stuff that nobody wants to talk about because honestly, it prevents the self-proclaimed gurus from making money. So if this session is for you, you'll know it. And I just hope and pray right now that you have the guts to implement these three very precious secrets. And if you don't internalize what I'm getting ready to share with you, I know how this plays out. I know how this plays out. See, your entrepreneurial spirit that you have is never going to be quenched. And you've heard over the years, once MLM gets in your blood, you can never get it out. Well, it's really the entrepreneurial spirit. And I cannot tell you how many conversations I have weekly with people that say, yeah, I spent 15 years in network marketing, but now I'm doing something else. I spent 12 years in network marketing. I had a huge team, but now I'm doing something else. I spent 17 years. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody that spent 17 years in network marketing, got burnt out, tired of trying to deal with all the headaches and the people and so on and so forth. And now she was doing some type of something that was so much better and a little bit of investigation. She was involved in an investment platform, which, ladies and gentlemen, 100% is illegal. It will be shut down or they will take the money and run. But she thinks she has found the Holy Grail because she's making X number of dollars on her investment every month and she's putting more and more into it. And she wants to send me an affiliate link and blah, blah, blah. And just the naivety of this person after 17 years in this industry. It's saddening because I know how this all ends up. See, people come into this profession, talented people, value focused people, they grind it out, faking it till they make it for 11, 12, 14 years. And then they end up leaving and usually getting involved in some type of investment platform or something that it's a scam. Okay, they get involved in scams. Maybe they know they're scams, maybe they don't. I think most probably don't. Or worse than that, they end up joining the anti-MLM crowd and talk about how network marketing, it doesn't work and the numbers don't add up and blah blah blah, and they become part of that. It's sad. It's sad. So before we get into it, I don't want to upset you. Let's just be safe. Here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to check out my new website, brand new. It's www, the numeral 100K side gig, 100ksidegig.com. And on the front page, there's a 4-minute video. Watch that video before you continue to listen. And if that video totally pisses you off, I promise you, you will not be able to listen to this session without blowing a gasket. So don't even try to listen. The website again is 100ksidegig.com. I'll wait, pause this session, and go over there right now, check out the 4-minute video, and then come back if you feel like you can handle it. I'm glad you're back. And since you made it through the pre-screen video and you chose to return to this podcast instead of writing me a nasty email, you may be ready for the 3 secrets I'm going to share with you. There's no proverb that says when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. My name is Dale Calvert. I'm here. And if you're ready, this deep behind the curtain training can put you on a path to wealth, freedom, and building the team and the business you've always dreamed of. Thanks for being here. Many of you may know that our North America launch team helped Moldova-based network marketing company APL Go launch in the United States. That team, our team, we really pioneered the free candyvitaminsamples.com website, which was a customer acquisition program that we set up for our team for that particular program when we launched it. We also refined the direct outreach recruiting system. All those things, the customer acquisition program, the recruiting program through direct outreach, all that was refined. And, those systems were the catalysts that help us get that business launched in the United States. I don't know, it's probably 3 or 4 years ago now. So everything that I'm sharing in this session comes from real world examples in a very large market size of network marketers. These programs that I just mentioned, the retail customer acquisition program and the direct outreach recruiting program, propelled us to being the fastest growing team in North America. And I was personally the number 1 recruiter in the world in that company my first month and my 3rd month. And I was in the top 10 worldwide 8 of my first 12 months. And we're talking about a company that was 9 years old at the time, operating in 17 or 18 countries around the world with hundreds of thousands of distributors. So I love that company. I loved our upline, Sergi, the owner. I loved not all, but most of our sideline leaders. And we were doing extremely, extremely well, my wife and I. And making the pivot was one of the most difficult business decisions I've ever made. It was very hard, but it's proven over time to be the right one. And I made the decision not because we weren't doing well financially, my wife and I, but because I felt like our team was not progressing at the level that they deserved to be progressing. Yes, they were progressing, but not at the level that I felt like they deserved. And I want you to really diagnose what I just said. I mean, because I'm talking to many of you. There's some of you here that, financially you're doing well, but look at the people on your team. Look at your key people. Well, Dale, they went on a free vacation last year. Well, we all know how that works. The company gives you a free vacation instead of paying you the money. You're not making any money. I mean, there's people that are going on company paid trips every year throughout this profession that can't even afford the meals while they're on the vacation. And you know that, and I know that. So, I mean, you can look at it however you want to look at it, but we got to look at it truthfully and where the rubber hits the road. I mean, we have to. We have to. And, it's not about you. It's ultimately about helping other people get what they want, as Zig told us. So anyway, I learned a lot from this experience, and I logged these three secrets in stone in my heart and in my mind, and I will never doubt them the rest of my career. As long as I'm responsible for leading teams, these foundational principles will never leave. And you owe it to always do what's best for your team, regardless of what it means to you financially at the time, because it will all come back to you. I know that. I had a poster that hung in my office in my home for many years when I started with the Shackley Corporation. It was a huge frame poster by Dr. Forrest Shackley that said, you keep that which you give away. You keep that which you give away. And wise words. There's a verse in the Bible that says, he who wishes to be great, let them be the servant to many. So Zig ingrained in my brain early in my career as a 20-year-old snot-nosed kid. You can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And that's just never left me. So I'm going to share with you the three secrets. They're not going to be easy to take, but they are absolutely positively, you can take them to the bank. And again, I'm talking to people that want to seriously want to build the network marketing team that they've always dreamed of, something they can be proud of, a great business with phenomenal customers, where the real goal, the real dream that people enter this profession for, so they can quit their full-time job if they want, go on and develop a 250,000 plus income and even become a millionaire, because it is possible today. The number one thing that people need to understand, and the number one thing that my experience with APL Go confirmed, was a concern I had honestly going in. And the number one thing that I realized from that experience was the nutritional supplement MLM niche. It's blockbuster. It's blockbuster. It's over, but people just don't realize it yet. Even though we had the most unique category creating product in the industry, in the wellness industry, based upon Earl Mendel's negative ion technology. And yes, I'm talking about the guy that wrote the Vitamin Bible. He was the author of the Vitamin Bible, that Earl Mendel. And this product was based upon his latest book, The Happiness Effect, and negative ion technology. And even though we had all that going for us, and it was a very successful business that was launching in the United States, which had never really happened before. Usually companies launch in the US and then they expand around the world. This company already had six-figure monthly earners when they came to the United States. I mean, all that experience did was confirm to me that the market does not care about the science behind your product. The wellness, consumable products, MLM niche, it's burnt out and it's never going to recover. And if you do the research, you can see that the consumable products MLM niche has been on a downward spiral for the past 5 years. And quite frankly, 2023, many of these companies hit what I would call the slippery slope down. Just today, I had somebody send me a message, and they said, Mr. Calvin, when you stop chasing shiny objects, Mr. Calvin, when you stop chasing shiny objects and you want to join a real legacy wellness company, let me know. And I felt like emailing the guy back and saying, my latest shiny object, young man, I made over $1 million in commissions in the past 9 months. In the past 9 months, I've made over $1 million. And more importantly, I will have between 30 and 100 people on my personal team in 2023 that will make over $100,000 in commissions, several between $200,000 and $500,000, some even more. And I felt like saying this, but I did refrain. And I simply said, I appreciate your advice, but if you saw the box video, and for those of you that don't know what that is, themlmbox.com. I said, but if you saw the box video, did it say anything about a legacy wellness company? No, it didn't, because the market does not care. The market doesn't care that you're a legacy company. You're going to hear, yeah, and I said, look, no, it didn't, because the market didn't care. You're going to hear more about the opportunity I shared with you. When you're ready to do your due diligence, let me know. And that was the end of it. But this type of smug attitude from people that built their business 20 years ago and have no regards for the fact that they're just throwing new members to the wolves, and letting them fail because they know they don't have a chance, it is something that I just don't understand. I don't understand how you can continue to recruit people and then throw them to a market that is going to eat them up and spit them out. They know that new team members with little or no success or experience don't have a chance in today's marketing environment attempting to build a business, really, with LifeVantage or Melaleuca or Shackley or USANA, or you name the legacy company. It doesn't matter. The attempt to act like everything is wonderful as their once obnoxious paychecks slowly start dwindling away, it blows my mind. They sit there back in their ivory tower that was built 20 years ago, watching everything just kind of slip away, and are stagnant. They don't know what to do about it, or don't have the guts to even make a move or even think about making a move. And that's the truth. Every experienced marketer listening to this session knows it. They have to know that the writing's on the wall. I mean, don't they? Don't they? I mean, it is near impossible to start from scratch today and build a significant team with any consumable product MLM company. And if I'm talking to you and you're attempting to accomplish the impossible, which many of you are, you know it. You know it. I mean, you can put your head in the sand and say, "Well, that's not true." But the stats, the charts, the numbers don't lie. There's no emotion in numbers, and the numbers speak for themselves. Look at your company. Look at your company, really. In the past 3 years, what newbies have entered with no network marketing background, or some, maybe a little bit, but no success, other than the 3%ers. And 3%ers are people that had, maybe they're experts at SEO, or maybe they had a huge social media following when they joined, or whatever. I mean, a huge social media following. But look at the people that joined the last 3 years. Normal people, average people with above average desire, who has created any traction that didn't have something that most people don't have when they came in. What average person with above average desire in your company in the last 3 years create any type of traction at all? We all know it's a revolving door. Most people join, they're excited, they're fired up, and in 90 days, you can't find them. They join, they're fired up, they're excited. You throw them to the wolves with your legacy MLM company or your consumable products MLM opportunity, and in 90 days, you can't find them. It shouldn't be that way. I mean, let me say it again. It does not have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way. And it's not because they are not good people, honest people, hardworking, credible, trustworthy, that they can't communicate or anything like that. It's not because they didn't have a belief in the product. I mean, if average people with above average desire, what I call 27%ers, find it impossible to create progress and momentum in your company, there's a problem. There's a problem. If average people with above average desire get involved with your company and cannot progress there's a problem. Want the truth? You want the real truth? Look at your own team. Look at the number of people who have entered your revolving door over the past 6 months, over the past year, in one door, out the other. And leaders find themselves in a situation where they're just trying to make sure there's more new people getting involved than old people falling off auto ship. That's not a business, guys. No wonder people get burnt out and quit this industry. Okay, I get it. I understand it. But what's the real challenge here? The real challenge here is the market. Customers do not care. The market has been dealing with untrained network marketers for the past 50 years, trying to convince them to change brands or sell them some never before seen wellness product or trying to get them into buying their biodegradable household products so if they really love their family, are trying this new one of a kind skincare product. And travel, oh my gosh, travel, I mean, do your research. Dozens of travel companies have come and gone over the years, and only a couple have made a significant dent in the marketplace. And that would be YTB from several years ago and World Ventures, and both of them are out of business. It's not that you're not with a good company. It's not that you don't have above average products or even remarkable products. If you truly want to fulfill your upside potential and network with the network marketing business model and build a business that you can be proud of, you must accept the fact that you will never fulfill your full upside potential with a consumable products company. The market is dead, burnt out, done with it, over. It's blockbuster. It's blockbuster. When we consider joining a company, one of the first questions I ask myself is who are the customers for the product or the service? And do they really want to know more? Who are the customers and do they really want to know more? And if you say, well, Dale, our customers are everybody, then I can promise you they don't want to know more. I promise you, they could care less. They do not care. They are tired of hearing the story. It's a very simple question. Simple answers are hard to come by for some reason. Do they really want to know more? Simple question, simple answer. But for some reason, most consumable product network marketing distributors are not able to answer that question truthfully for themselves. Do they own self be true? Who is the market? Who is the market? Who are the customers for the products? Do they really have a desire to learn more, to know more? Guys, that's the challenge today. And I get it. I mean, I started my career with the Shackley Corporation. It was very hard for me and many others to accept the fact that the market for consumable products in the network marketing niche is dying and it's never going to recover and it will never be what it once was. So secret number one is you cannot be involved with a consumable products company. And we're talking biodegradable household products, skincare, CBD, essential oils, and by all means, any wellness products. And if you're listening and you've decided to keep a neutral mindset here in this training, thanks for keeping that neutral mindset. And I promise you it's going to become more difficult because unfortunately, the other two behind the secrets behind the curtain success secrets that nobody else is going to tell you about goes 100% against mainstream MLM best practices, and they're not going to be any easier to hear, unfortunately. But let's get into them. We teach our team over 20 ways that we have really refined over the years to create leads, not just for team members, but also for customers. Our primary focus is customer acquisition, because if you don't have anybody ordering your products except those that are attempting to build a business, you're fooling yourself. Let me say that again. If the only people ordering your products are the people that are involved in your business, you're fooling yourself. You don't have customers. All real businesses have customers. I mean, think about this. How could a restaurant survive if they said the only people that can eat at this restaurant are people that work at this restaurant? We don't allow any outside people to come in. It's just we're serving each other. The only people that can eat at this restaurant are people that work at this restaurant. It's ridiculous. And that's the way most network marketing business models, unfortunately, are set up today. And without question, it's not even debatable. Direct outreach to your target market is the most effective way to find customers for your business and also quality people for your team. Let me say that again. Direct outreach to your target market is the most effective way to find customers for your business and also quality people for your team. And if that's true, the real question is, why is it so opposed in the mainstream network marketing, attraction marketing, MLM world? If it is the most effective way to add new team members, why is it so opposed? And I heard it said early in my career, if 1,000 people say a stupid thing, it's still a stupid thing. And if somebody tells you there's something wrong with direct outreach to your target market, ladies and gentlemen, it's a stupid thing. And I find it fascinating the number of people that feel the need to lecture our team members about why it's bad and why it's a bad idea to send promotions with a link where that person has the opportunity to get more information if they choose to. And then they go on to tell us how that will never work and how offended they are that we sent them an email or a promotion with a link in it. And then some go on to pontificate about how you first must develop a relationship with someone before you introduce their opportunity, and blah, 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 blah. And when people start down that path with me, it's just a clear indication that they've drank the attraction marketing courses, whatever the attraction marketing course sellers are selling. When they start down that path with me, it's a clear indication they've drank the Kool-Aid. They've drank the attraction marketing course sellers, MLM Kool-Aid. And I have no idea, and they have no idea, period, how the real business world works. They have no idea. So I just want to make this as clear as possible, and I want you to hear me. There have been many lies that have been propagated throughout the MLM industry, but the fact that direct outreach is a bad idea, sending targeted direct outreach to your targeted market is a bad idea. The thought that it's even a bad idea makes no sense at all. Again, if 1,000 people say a stupid thing, it's still a stupid thing. And it's probably, that philosophy is probably the biggest. There's been a lot of crazy ideas that have been propagated throughout the MLM industry, but that's probably the craziest. It's just ridiculous to think that somehow people have been convinced that direct outreach to your target market is there something unethical or scummy or scammy about it. What you should never, under any circumstance, contact your target market and give them a link with more information. That if they want to keep in the loop regarding an alternative opportunity, they can learn more. Most pros want to stay in the loop. Newbies and rookies have been taught to behave negatively to that type of approach, therefore keeping them out of the loop. And that's really the intention of this warped philosophy, to keep people out of the loop. That's what's going on. They tell you the crap that they tell you about direct outreach to keep you out of the loop. And if you believe that direct outreach is scamming and you should never send links and blah, 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 and that's not the correct way, you first must form people and you have to develop relationships, and all the BS that all the Kool-Aid that you've drank from these people, if you believe this, the only way I can clearly communicate it is just to say, look, you've been lied to. You've been lied to. In fact, I've got a podcast that covers this in depth. It's MLMsuccess.com/story 234. And all it talks about is why direct outreach is so effective and why so many people don't want you to realize how effective it is. The truth is, if people learn how to properly contact people in their target market, there'd be no need to buy courses from these self-proclaimed MLM gurus teaching attraction marketing, how to waste a lot of money on Facebook ads, or how to dance on TikTok to recruit new distributors. The reason people we call leaders in these legacy companies have latched on to never send direct outreach, and hear me, the reason legacy leaders have latched on to this philosophy, it's real simple, because weak leaders love that philosophy. The reason they have weak leadership has latched on to that philosophy. And again, I've got an entire podcast on this as well. It's on Poaching MLM Distributors. It's session 199, MLMsuccess.com/story 199. See, what these weak leaders know, they know that if their team members send their promotions from their legacy companies to lethally skilled people like the members of our team, they're going to be giving undeniable facts on a silver platter showing that their company peaked in this year. And like I was looking at one this morning, somebody had sent that the company peaked in 2003. They credit water to about 2007. They're starting their downhill spiral now, and the company's on the way down. I don't remember which one it was, B Hip or B Epic or something. I don't know. But see, so these attraction marketing and even companies and, legacy companies like, you name the company, they don't want their people out there trying to recruit others because, again, our team members will hand them the facts on a silver platter. They will. They'll give them the undeniable facts on a silver platter. And those that are not so emotionally involved in their legacy companies, who are able to process the facts, will decide based upon the facts that they see to do their due diligence. And they'll check out whatever we're doing, and it will be timely. There'll be a lot of money there. It'll make a lot of sense. And making a pivot from whatever they're doing to whatever we're doing will be a no-brainer for those that care more about reaching their goals than anything else. Now, granted, most network marketers sitting back in their social club, and they're not making any attempt to even build a business, but they do know that if their people start doing outreach, that they're going to start losing their people. They just know it, especially leaders in legacy companies. And then the self-proclaimed gurus know that if people learn how to effectively do direct outreach, how to effectively do it, and were well trained, that they would have absolutely no need to buy whatever the next course they're coming out with is going to be, or to attend their seminars, or whatever. So that's really what's going on here. That's really what's going on here. And people ask me all the time, they say, Dale, well, how would you feel if people were trying to recruit your people all the time through social media and sending them spammy emails and blah, blah, blah? And I said, look, take all you can take. Take every one of them you can take. Because if I'm not providing my people with the direction and the leadership and the methods where they can get in, stay in, and progress month after month towards their goals, if I'm not providing that to our team, and they think that somebody else can, take them. Take all you can take. A team is only as strong as their weakest link anyway. And I have people. If you're on our YouTube channel, you can see the stories. I have people that have been on the network marketing treadmill for years, and for the first time are now achieving their goals. I mean, listen to Kamala Robinson's story, 11 years with It Works. Well, It Works didn't work for her. $300 a month was the most she ever made. And last month, this year she's had months, where she's made over $20,000. Never made over $300 for 11 years. She stayed there 11 years. So you think Kamala's going to go to whatever you're doing now, especially, a legacy company? She's too lethally skilled. She understands. She's too knowledgeable. Take all my people you can take. I'm not afraid of that at all. Poach them all. Take everyone you can take, because you're not going to touch the people whose lives have sincerely been transformed from a skill set standpoint, a mindset standpoint, and from a financial progression standpoint. They've already been down your road. It just amazes me. I mean, it really does. I mean, to any common sense business person on the planet, direct outreach to people in your target market is the most successful way to find potential team members. I'm going to share with you in just a second a voice recording I received from a 7-figure network marketing builder. This guy has quite a story. I mean, he sold drugs on the streets of California, was arrested, did some time in prison. Then he got out and he got involved with the network marketing business model, and it changed his life. Fabulous story. And when he started his career, I mean, he built his team by doing direct outreach. Then when weak leaders and self-proclaimed gurus made direct outreach taboo to ensure they could continue selling their attraction marketing affiliate programs, and that legacy leaders could hold on to their checks, and that got propagated throughout the profession, he just stopped doing it. And again, I think it's real important that people really understand what's going on here. The reason direct outreach is, and what is direct outreach? It's sending promotions, sending information to your target market with links that they can click if they would like to learn more. No obligation. It's like, hey, here's what's going on. It's new. You've never seen it before. Check out this information. If you want to know more, let me know. And somehow that's just become taboo. And again, the reason it's become taboo is because legacy company leaders know that if new people go into the marketplace and try to contact our people, who are always going to be in front of the most unique income generating opportunity in the market. We always will be. And they try to come at us with some, legacy company, that we will give them the facts on a silver platter. The people that are not so emotionally involved with that company and who really want to move forward and progress and build a real business will do their due diligence. And when they do, uh, the pivot to whatever we're doing will be very obvious. And they know that. And then the attraction marketers know that if people learn how to effectively do direct outreach, that they won't need to buy their latest How to Dance on TikTok and build a network marketing team course, or come to their seminars and and whatever other social club event that they're having. They know that, because if you learn how to effectively do direct outreach, uh, you'll have that's the most effective way to build your team, period. So that's really what's going on. But anyway, somehow they've convinced what I would consider reasonably intelligent people that direct outreach to your target market is a bad idea. And anyway, the gentleman I was telling you about, uh, I've been watching this guy for a while. I love his prison to success story. I just do. And I've always thought he would be a good guy to work with. And I felt like he came from a very value focused place, that he sincerely had the desire to help people. I've always felt that. And anyway, I sent him a promotion, one of our just standard direct outreach promotions. And here's the email I get back from him. It was actually a Facebook message. Okay, I think you'll find this very interesting. Okay, dang, you jumped in people's inbox with links and joined like I know the facts. And people's inboxes with links and join like I know the facts. That marketing strategy is not working out well for you. Respectfully, if you want to learn how to make the correct way to reach out to me, because this ain't it, boss. Nevertheless, I still wish you the best and nothing but success. And I said, I'm not going to use his name. Some of you will know his name. But I said, anyway, first name. I'm one of the few people on the planet that's developed a team of over 200 5, 6, and 7-figure earners. Direct outreach is the number one way to recruit people, because there's so many frustrated network marketers. I've been following you since, and I said the name of the company. Do yourself a favor and listen to this podcast. And I sent him to the one I've already probably mentioned, MLMsuccess.com/story 234. You've been lied to. He didn't listen. He didn't go to the podcast. He says, bro, I don't care how you spin it. This ain't it. And if you show me right now that you are the current top person in the company, or at the very least in the top 10 on the leaderboard, I'll do one better. Show me you're anywhere on the leaderboard, and I'll take back what I said. Otherwise, documentation beats conversation. That's where I stand. And see, I appreciate his forwardness. I do, man. I like communicating with people that keep on the facts. It's not, hey, you're an idiot. It says, show me that what you're doing is really successful. Back up what you just said here. And I appreciate that. Ask for documentation. And I sent him our documentation video, which is it's pretty powerful, really. And I showed him that not only am I on the leaderboard for our company, but 15 of the top 50 distributors in that company are on my personal team. So he just kind of played into it. And then that started a really awesome conversation back and forth. And it was really good. It was really good. And, I'm not going to, it was good, really good. And so again, he was coming at me like direct outreach in my inbox is not the way to do it. And I said, I beg your pardon. Look at the facts. And ladies and gentlemen, I know no other way to say it. If you have an average IQ, uh, I, I am blown away the number of people that have just have drank this Kool-Aid. It really blows my mind. But I tell you what, let's just do this. I want to share with you uh, a part of a voice message I got from this guy, the prison to success dude that was selling drugs in California. After we had a very, very good conversation back and forth. Hold on just a second. Let me pull that up for you. This will be good.
Now, you shown me the light that look, man. You know what I mean? We all started out doing it the right way. Cold outreach. We all started out like that. But then somewhere down the line, a stigma was put on it. And it became a bad thing. It became taboo. And then we bought into that crap. And then now none of us do that. The very thing that makes the most sense. Reach out to like-minded people and get to the damn point. But now we rather somebody blowing smoke up our ass in our inbox and acting like they really care about my daughter and what we ate yesterday and where we went just to get to a pitch versus, hey man, let's just cut to the chase, get to the pitch, and I'll tell you if it is or isn't for me. Why is that a bad thing, right? Makes no sense. But that's where we are right now.
I can't go on and on, but you guys get the idea. He's browbeating me in the beginning. What are you doing showing up in my email box? This ain't the way to do it, bro. And after some serious conversation, obviously, it's the best way to do it. It's the way he built his team originally. I mean, I don't know what to say. Uh, if you have an average IQ and you've repeated this nonsense to people, the direct outreach is spammy. The beach babes, you know what I'm talking about. They pointing your finger, sending spammy email. It's like they don't have a clue what they're talking about, and it's wrong. It's not the way to do it. If you've been preaching that message, I hope you're feeling embarrassed that you brought into that propaganda, and I really hope you're ashamed. And quite frankly, you should be. Before you take advice from anyone, always ask yourself, who is this person and why should I be listening to them? Without question, direct outreach to your target market is the very best way to find frustrated network marketers that are on the MLM hamster wheel who are deadly serious about their financial future and building a successful network marketing team. Is that going to be most of the people? Absolutely not. Most of the people are stuck on the hamster wheel and don't even know it. They're hanging out in the MLM social club. The thought of really building a successful business is a dream that they gave up on years ago, and they're just hanging out to be hanging out. That's not who we're looking for, because there are some really good people, and we found a ton of them over the years that are really ready to take their financial future to a new level. So again, if you've been trying to communicate to people that common sense is not common sense, those of us that really know and are in the trenches know that you don't have a clue what you're doing. You've bought the attraction marketing. Direct outreach is a bad thing, Kool-Aid, and you honestly should have been smarter than that. You honestly should. I don't know what else to say. If 1,000 people say a stupid thing, it's still a stupid thing. Success factor number 3, there's no success factor that is more overlooked by builders that could have become real leaders in the network marketing world, the network marketing niche. The most overlooked factor is the timing of the opportunity they are promoting and the track record of the team that they join. And I want you to think about this for just a second and let it sink in. It's all about timing. It's about being in the right place at the right time with the right company. It's timing. I mean, you know, there's people that were joining Blockbuster the year Blockbuster went out of business. Why? Because they didn't do their research. They didn't take into consideration what the future was going to look like, and so on and so forth. So if you get involved in the wrong company at the wrong time in history, you drastically decrease your odds for success. And again, the MLM elitists know that, and they try to pitch everybody that it's all the same opportunity. Timing doesn't matter. When you get in, and they want to give you examples. Somebody that got into an 11-year-old company and became the number one money earner, and blah blah blah. Yeah, but they don't take into consideration, when did that happen? What years did that happen? That is not the world that we live in today. So you have to understand how beat up and how saturated some of these markets have become, and the fact that customers do not care. So there's a lot of things that play into all of this, but the foundation is to give yourself a chance to win. You have to be with the right company at the right time in history, and you need to be with a team of people that have a proven track record of success. Don't join Joe Blow if Joe Blow doesn't have the support structure and the tools in place to help you achieve your full upside potential. And it bothers me because every single day, and for the last 3 years, 5 years, people from inside whatever company that I am with contact me. Literally, it's like a daily occurrence, wanting to try to join our team. And there's no way. I'm not playing those games. I'm not doing it. I don't want you. You should have done your research before you joined. You should have done your research before you joined. The fact that you realize now that you're here that, our team is always crushing it, and you would like to be involved with whatever we're doing, it's too late, dude. It's too late. And so many people do not pay enough attention to this going in the very beginning. They ignore this factor, and they pay greatly for it, down the road. So the number three success factor is you've got to be with the right team at the right time in history, and get with the right team within whatever company you're joining, and get with your right one. That's the next thing I want to comment on and really help you wrap your mind around as it relates to this. It's not exactly the same, but it is the same from this standpoint. All network marketing companies are not created equal. All opportunities are not equal. I mean, I talked to a lady yesterday, and she's working this Got Backup program for what? I don't know, $4 or $5 a month is her commission. Not only is Got Backup probably you're dealing with the most competitive market out there. Okay, I promise you, when you ask the question, what is the product? Who are the potential customers, and do they care? I promise you, people haven't had one thought about their backup system. If they believe they need one for their computer system, they have it in place, and the last thing they've thought about is changing it. And the last thing they want to be pitched on is why they should change it. It's a horrific product. It's just horrific. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Why would you spend time, energy, and effort promoting a product that the market absolutely cares nothing about, that is very competitive? And if they have a backup system in place, they're happy with the one they have. They don't want to hear about yours. It's the same energy. It's the same promotion time. Why spend it for $5 a month commission when we have people, on our team this month that will make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in initial first time commissions? spending no more time than you've been spending on your $5 piddly commissions with Got Backup. I don't get it. I don't understand it. All network marketing opportunities are not created equal, and all the self-proclaimed gurus act like they are. How many times have you seen them say, I'm going to show you how to add 5 people to your team this week. I'm going to show you how to sponsor 17 people this month. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do that. And in my mind, when they act like that, it's just ridiculous. You don't know the person you're talking to. You don't know the opportunity. You don't know their skill set. You don't know how long their opportunity's been in the marketplace, what their average customer per contact is. You know none of their numbers. So how can you make claims that you're going to share with them how to do X number of people this month? It's ridiculous. It's not true. And you sound as ridiculous in my mind as the anti-network marketing crowd who want to put all network marketing companies in the same basket. See, when you put all network marketing companies in the same basket, you disrespect real opportunities by putting every network marketing company in the same basket. And it doesn't matter if you're a self-proclaimed guru trying to sell your course or you're an anti-MLMer trying to tell the world that all network marketing companies are really pyramid schemes. It doesn't matter. It's just as ridiculous. It's just as ridiculous, without question. So over the past 11 months, our team was able to pivot with our company into a niche that none of us knew anything about. None. And this happened 11 months ago. So we all had to learn it together. We all had to refine the skills together. We all had to refine the approach together. We all had to figure out what the objections are going to be. What's the best way to give good information when those objections come up. Again, we're all working together, helping each other, refining each other's skills. And over the past 11 months, after we made this pivot, when 2023 comes to an end, we will have between 30 and 100 people on our team that will earn a minimum of $100,000 plus in commissions. And again, the pivot was just made 11 months ago. Many of the people on our team will earn between $200,000 and $500,000. A couple will earn over $1 million. Not to mention that we have multiple people from all over the United States and even other countries that will make $10,000 to $99,000 for 2023 when 2023 is over, and many of them have never had a profitable year in network marketing. Okay, that is true. It's documented. Our team, when 2023 is over, will have made more profits than any network marketing team in the world. When it's over, 2023 is over. And it's all because we had the guts to make the pivot. Real leaders in the real business world pivot, and they add new projects to what they're doing all the time. Those in network marketing with leadership titles stay put. They don't pivot. It's like, I'm not looking at that company. That's just the flavor of the month or whatever. And I get that. I understand it. 99% of companies are the flavor of the month. But pros look, get an understanding, find the red flags, and then eliminate it so they know what they're dealing with. Pros look, because every now and then that one company comes along that truly is a category creator, that truly is the one that will create the next group of millionaires if people get with the right team and the right team culture and the right company at the right time in history. That happens. That happens. And the reason network marketers are afraid to pivot, there's really three that we hear continuously. And if they're afraid to pivot, they're afraid to pivot. I mean, I'm really not looking for people that are afraid to pivot. I'm looking for real entrepreneurs that understand timing. They understand getting with the right company at the right time. They understand category creators and so on and so forth. They understand that, trying to compete with got back up to the marketplace, for instance, that program, and compete and create it has no opportunity to ever create $1 million a year income. And when there are opportunities out there that truly do offer the $1 million a year incomes, why would you spend your time with Got Backup or any other affiliate program with limited commissions? I don't understand. And again, I did a podcast on this probably 2 or 3 years ago called, tripping over dollars to get to pennies. And it just is what it is. But when you look at the reason people don't pivot, there's basically three reasons, none which are real valid thought through business reasons. None of them are. But the three you hear the most is, well, Dale, I just love my products. I just love my products. And last week I was talking with the USANA lady briefly because I try to end these conversations as quick as I can. But she'd been with them 6 years. She told me she was a USANA lifer. And I said, congratulations. How long have you been full time? Well, I'm not full time yet. And I come to find out she's been with USANA 6 years. Currently, she has 0 customers that are not part of her team. 0. She has 3 team members, but they're not doing much. That's what she said. But USANA provides me everything I need to build as huge a business as I want to build. And the idea that it's a 30-year-old company who peaked years ago is not even a thought. It really it's just fascinating to me. And she's convinced now that her kids are back in school, she's going to get serious and she's going to build a huge team with USANA. And she's been there 6 years on the hamster wheel and doesn't even know it. It blows my mind. I talked to another person last week. They're with Eric's, which I think Eric's is one of the 4 that combined recently, the merger of the big 4 or whatever it was called. But he just loves Eric's products. He told me he's been with them 5 years. 5 years. After 5 years, he has 9 customers that are not part of his MLM team, and he has 2 people on his team. And he's not going to look at anything else because he loves Eric's, and he doesn't want to let his team down. What team? You got 2 social club members hanging out with you, dude. I mean, what are people thinking? This guy I forgot, but he was like a corporate manager or something. He's not a dodo. I mean, he's not intelligent. It's this cognitive dissonance. And I'll put that article for sure in the description, because if you haven't read it, it's worth reading. It blows my mind. I mean, to talk to intelligent people that the math just is not there. I mean, the guy after 5 years has 9 customers. I mean, how many customers is it going to take to create a full-time income? How many years is it going to take you to develop that many customers? 155 years? I mean, get out the calculator, do the math. If you're not progressing, if you're not moving forward, I'm glad that I've spent 5 years here, and I just don't want to let my team down, and I don't want to feel like I've wasted 5 years. So the answer is to waste 5 more? The answer is to waste 5 more? Learn from those 5 years. All any of us can do is make the best decisions that we can at the time that we make them, learn from those decisions, grow. And by all means, if you really want to get out of your corporate job that you can't stand, as you told me, then your only choice is to pivot. That's the only choice you have. And again, y'all have heard me say, most people say, well, Dale, I got 15 years of network marketing experience. You got one lousy year repeated 15 times. If nothing changes, nothing changes. What did Einstein say? Ignorance at its highest level is to continue to do what you've always done, the way you've always done it, expecting different results. But people, I just can't. I just love the products. I just love these products. They help my mother. You just wouldn't believe. We've all heard the stories over and over and over. Now, here's a real simple solution. If you love the products, be a customer. But just because you love the products does not mean that there's a legit business for you with huge upside potential that can help you achieve the goals and dreams that you originally entered the profession for. Does that make sense? Great products do not equal great opportunity. So the three reasons people get just so deceived in this state of cognitive dissonance is, number one, they love the products. Number two, they join to make a difference in their financial future, and they stay for the friendships. The translation of that is they care more about the fake friendships that they've made than about reaching their goals. Their fake friendships mean more to them than their passion for reaching their goals. And that's just the bottom line. And these are the same people that buy into the false belief that you must form people when you prospect. You must ask people about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and then give them the message. They buy into a lot of just warped concepts that do not apply to network marketing. And, just for the record, when somebody says, Dale, how'd your weekend go? Or Dale, somebody I don't know, Dale, how did your granddaughter's basketball game go? Or whatever. And I know I don't know them. I just say, what are you selling? Please, what are you selling? I mean, again, you just heard the gentleman. He said, don't act like you care about my daughter. Don't act like you care about my daughter. I can promise you there is nothing that infuriates real entrepreneurs more than people that are trying to chat them up so they can ultimately pitch them what they want to pitch them. It reminds me, back in the day, I used to take my daughters to, I think it was called Claire's. It was all stuff for teenage girls. And we would go to the mall, and I would take them to Claire's, and then I would go to the bookstore. And when they got done shopping at Claire's, they would come to the bookstore and they would, find me. And it was our routine that we would do a couple times a month on Saturdays when I was in town. I like to take them to Claire's. And I would be at the bookstore, and I happened almost every time there for a while. I'll be in the bookstore, usually in the personal development or the psychology section of the bookstore, and I'm always buying books. And somebody would come up to me and they would say, well, I see you're into personal development. Have you read Psycho-Cybernetics or whatever? And it got to a point where I would just look at them and say, dude, how long you been in Amway? How long have you been in Amway? Because I knew exactly what they were doing, how they were doing it, what they were taught to do. It was beyond obvious. I mean, I'm at that point, I'm making, $200,000 a month. And this guy's going to come up and try to pitch me on Amway. And I'm going to be cordial and to him and everything. But it's ridiculous. And the same thing is happening online today. And people are taught to do that. And when other people just get to the point, which is what real entrepreneurs want you to do, then they've been taught to be offended and to teach people how to do it correctly. And here's my affiliate program link. Go there and order this course, and then you can learn how to correctly do marketing online. They've just drank the Kool-Aid. They've just drank the Kool-Aid, and it's beyond obvious when you just see what's going on in this profession today. It's just beyond obvious. But anyway, the truth is, and please hear this, you develop relationships with team members, not with prospects. You develop relationships with team members, not with prospects. And a lot of people are afraid they're going to lose their fake friends. And what they don't realize, if they get with the right team and the right culture, you're going to develop real, true, meaningful friendships. I call them foxhole buddies. They got your back, you got their back. And it's great when you have friends that are part of your business and everybody's making money. It changes the whole world when you don't need to make profits from your opportunity this month to pay your electric bill. And when you've got a lot of people on your team that are doing real well, you can do some really fun things. I've mentioned this to our team members, and I really believe I can see the day down the road, maybe, it might be 5 or 6 or 7 years from now, but I can see our team going in and we might buy a Motel 6 franchise together and everybody can have a share in a Motel 6 franchise or a Motel 8 or a Holiday Inn, or maybe we'll buy a restaurant. Any business that might make sense, I can see that happening down the road when you got friends that need to find places to invest their profits. It's a real good place to be in. It's a real good culture to be around. I mean, next year, the start of 2024, probably March, April 2024, we're going on a team cruise, just our team. We're going to go. We've been planning it for a while, and we're going to have a blast. And because I have people that can afford to go, and they don't have to worry about the cost because they've made so much money over the last 12 months or so, and will continue to make money. That's when this business gets really fun. So the truth is, the third thing is, so we've talked about people afraid to lose. I love the products. Will be a customer. I love my team and my friends. Once you get with the right team and the right culture, you go from fake friends to foxhole buddies. And there's nothing more meaningful than foxhole buddies. There is a difference, but people have to be progressing and making money and stretching and expanding their comfort zone and challenging each other and telling each other the truth. And that's the culture that you have to be part of if you want to fulfill your true upside potential. And then number 3, the reason people don't want to make a change is most legacy, quote unquote, leaders know they can never do it again. They can never do it again in today's marketing world. I mean, they just couldn't. And they know they can't because they're throwing newbies to the wolves every month. And they're watching the revolving door in their organization, and they're watching their checks dwindle away, year by year. They see the writing on the wall, but they're just stagnant. They don't know what to do. And I feel sorry for these people because a lot of them are really, really good people, but they understand it's changed. It ain't 20 years ago. It's not 1995 anymore when network marketing is creating millionaires on the cover of Success magazine. Things have changed. And their ego does not allow them to say, wait a minute, look at the track record of Dale, look at Dale's teams, look at what they're doing. I don't agree with everything that they're doing, but you can't argue with success. It's working for them. He's helping a lot of average people with above average desire really live the MLM dream. And maybe I need to have a serious conversation with him. He can't do it. They can't do it. And some do. And I love those people. They can put their ego aside and say, Dale, let's build this together. I want to build one more legacy team. Let's talk. And I love those people. I really do. I love having those conversations with those type of people. Like the 7-figure earner, that I was sharing with you a few minutes ago. The guy went from selling drugs on the streets in California to prison to now, great success within this profession. I love deep, meaningful conversations from people that understand what's going on. But the network marketing business model is the most difficult business model in the world because you're building a volunteer army, and that's not easy to do. I mean, I've seen CEOs from many, companies, real estate brokers, insurance executives, franchise owners, and on, traditional business owners that have come into network marketing, think they're going to crush it and just fail miserably. And the reason is because they've never had to build a volunteer army. There's two types of power. There's position power and there's personal power. And you have to care about people to be able to create a personal relationship with your team members, not your prospects. And when you can't hire and fire people, it makes everything much more difficult. And a lot of traditional business owners are not used to building a volunteer army. And they get here and they think, well, Dale's done it, or Joe Blow, other average people with average ability have done it. And my team's full of people, average people with above average desire, who are making more money than they've ever even thought about making. And it's like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And then they find out real quickly, no, they can't. No, they can't. So a lot of people are just too scared to try again or to put their ego aside and plug in. So that's what's going on. That's honestly the three reasons that people do not get with the right team, the right opportunity at the right time in history, without question. So success leaves clues. And there's a reason that since I re-entered the profession back in 2017, I've been the top recruiter and our team builder in every company I've been with. I mean, for 40 years, my message has been consistent. Say anything you want about me. You can disagree with whatever you want to disagree with, but the message has been consistent and it's evolved. It's been an evolution. Like I said, the three secrets I'm sharing with you in this series were only really solidified in my mind after I'd made millions and millions of dollars in this profession. But I'm never going to quit trying to learn and understand, because I'm never going to quit trying to help other people get what they want, because Zig, again, instilled that in my brain at an early age, and that's the only way I know how to operate. So there's a reason people succeed and there's a reason people don't succeed. And for 40 years, the message has been consistent. It's been based upon real world business facts, numbers, charts, growth charts, etc. It's been based upon wisdom of the ages and personal development programs. And then it's also been built on what I call the franchise factor of building a team. Those are the things that have really put us apart, separate us from the masses. And the facts and the success speak for itself, and only a fool argues with facts. I might not be able to get the words out of my mouth, and I don't do edits on this podcast because I want it to be raw. I don't want to sound like something I'm not. But, the truth is, I've been sharing this idea of the franchise factor for many years. And I know that your long-term income is in direct proportion to the number of leaders that are developed on your team. We're in the leadership development business. And the key word again is develop. And most people approach network marketing like, let's throw enough mud on the wall and see what sticks. Hopefully a couple of 3%ers will stick. So my question is, knowing that, it's based upon leadership development, I have to ask myself, how do you reach people? How do you help people reach their full upside leadership potential and income? And again, that's how this whole franchise factor was developed years and years ago, and I've just expanded on it. But it's like, I look at this like I want to run a McDonald's. If I want to run a McDonald's, I'm going to find the most talented person I can. And let's say I want them to run my McDonald's for me. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the front counter first and teach them how to take the order and ask the right questions and follow the scripts and run the cash register and make sure they remember to ask, would you like fries with that? and I'm going to teach them how to run that cash register on the front. Then I'm going to move them over to the drive-through. Then I'll probably move them in the back, and they'll learn how to make the sandwiches. And then I'm going to teach them how to keep the outside and the inside of the restaurant clean, the cleaning schedules. And then I'm going to teach them how to make the night deposits in the bank and exactly what you need to do there. And I'm going to teach them step by step, idea by idea, system by system. And I want them to learn it well enough where they can teach it to somebody else. And when they come through this system, I want to be able to hand them the keys, and they can not only run the McDonald's, but they can teach somebody else the exact same way I taught them how to run it. They can take them through the exact same process. Don Fowler in his book had it right, and I read it early in my career, and I got it. I understood. It's not about what Dale can do. It's about Dale has to be able to teach Tammy how to teach Mike, to teach John, to teach Alan, to teach Marianne. You have to teach people how to teach other people. You must be able to teach John how to teach Alan to teach Marianne. That's how this works. And most people totally neglect that. And for me, it's what I call the leadership development paradigm shift. Most people with leadership titles in network marketing have never had the leadership development paradigm shift. They've never had it. It's always been about them. It's about them. It's about their time management, their work ethic, their skill sets, their recruiting ability, their closing ability, and so on and so forth. And they never really got the point that ultimately network marketing is about your long-term income is about the number of leaders that are developed on your team. There's no success factor that's more overlooked by builders that could become real leaders in the MLM than the timing of the opportunity that they're promoting and the track record of the team that they join. Do they have the systems in place? Do they have the systems in place that will develop future leaders on my team when I get people plugged into their systems? And quite frankly, I'm shocked at the number of smart people that are simply working the wrong programs at the wrong time in history. It blows my mind. Believe it or not, a person on our team received this outreach message this week. You aren't going to believe what I'm getting ready to share with you. But props to this lady for not buying the propaganda on the evils of direct outreach and at least making an effort. I commend her on this. She at least made the effort. But you're not going to believe the company she's promoting. I mean, just wait till you hear this one. Let me find it. Okay, I'm going to change the names to protect the innocent or the guilty. This lady is from Florida, and she sent this to one of our people. We'll just call him Alan, and we'll call her Lisa. So Lisa says, "Thank you for accepting my message. However, LinkedIn technically has us as our first conversation. Can you click on my picture and hit connect?" And she says, "Where are you from?" Lisa says, "Where are you from?" And Alan says, "Irvine, California." And she says, "What keeps you busy in Irvine?" Again, chatting him up to be able to promote her business ultimately, like any good attraction marketer would do. I've been taught to do. It's ridiculous. So what keeps you busy in Irvine? And Alan says, "We're launching a company." What do we call her, Lisa? "We're launching a company, Lisa. What are you selling?" Again, he knows exactly what's going on. He's not going to go into the chit-chat mode with her. "Hey, what's up? What are you selling?" Again, our team is lethally skilled. So he says, "We're launching a company, Lisa. What are you selling?" And she says, "Quality, mostly plant-based products on nutrition, skincare, personal care, home care, and energy drinks, including air and water filtration systems." So she's going to let her flea market of products be known. And then she goes on to say, "Y'all aren't going to believe this. You aren't going to believe this." It blew my mind. She said, "I run a network marketing business with Amway, is my product fulfillment partner company. She's doing direct outreach. She's in Amway. Oh my gosh. He says, I joined Amway when I was 18 years old. Just curious, how long have you had a full-time income with them? And then the whole conversation starts, and I'm not going to get into what happens from that point because honestly, I'd be giving some proprietary confidential information away to what we do and how we do it. But can you believe this lady was doing direct outreach promoting Amway? Guys, I've covered about everything that I want. I hope this has given you an awakening. When you get with the right company and the right opportunity and the right team at the right time in history, you can create wealth. You can create wealth. Most people don't have the opportunity or the understanding of what is the right company at the right time in history, anything that I've really talked about, but some of you do. And I would ask you, has anyone ever in your network marketing career, have you ever heard anybody talk about these 3 sincere secrets? These are secrets, guys. What you've heard, if I charge what it was worth, nobody could afford it. I mean, this is $1 million information here. And again, it's part of the refinement that we've done for many, many years. And just in the last 5 years, this has really been solidified in our mind. And we've got people that are crushing it. And I've shared with you exactly why. Number one, we all recognize MLM consumables. It's over. It's blockbuster. And I know that aggravates you and frustrates you and makes you sad. It did me. I understand. I hate it to come to that conclusion, but truth is truth. Facts are facts. So number one, MLM consumables are over. Number two, direct outreach without question, done correctly, is the number one way to find qualified builders for your team. You're going to talk with a lot of morons, an enormous amount of morons, a lot of brainwashed people that have all the answers and no downline. You're going to find talented people working programs like Got Back Up or Live Good or whatever that just make no sense. You've a lot of talented people out there that are just with the wrong companies at the wrong time in history, but they don't know any difference. And once they make a commitment, instead of saying, you know what, maybe I've made a mistake here and pivot, well, I've already decided I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And they continue down a road knowing it's wrong. I don't get it. Pivot, dude. Come on, pivot. You know, paying $9.97 for a month for a membership in a consumable products company, and AG is going to go after that. We all know that. We all know that day's coming. Pivot. Your time's the most valuable asset that you have. Why waste more? It's like I've made a bad decision. Yes, I wish I'd seen this program before I joined XYZ program because it makes a heck of a lot more sense than what I'm doing. But I've already made the decision. I've already spent 6 months here, so I'm just going to stay on this path. That is ridiculous. That's just insane. It's insane. It's an ego that I cannot wrap my mind around. I can't wrap my mind around that type of ego. I don't get it. Who are you proving? What are you proving to who? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So, again, direct outreach is the number one way to find qualified team members. And number three, all MLM opportunities are not created equal. Nothing is more important to your team building success than the timing of the opportunity and the team culture you are part of. The MLM elitists and the good old boys and girls hate my message. They just hate it. They think everybody that's in network marketing, if you're not buying toothpaste from a network marketing company and your toilet paper doesn't come from a network marketing company and so on and so forth, then you're not being true to the industry. And it just drives me crazy. They can't stand what I share because they know it's truth. But it goes against the grain of everything that they think. And that's okay. I mean, I've been going behind the MLM curtain and talking about that, which no one else will. since 1999 when I did the first audio called Network Marketing is a Scam. And that now is free, and it's a complete course that's online. It's free. If you want to go check that out, you're welcome to. It's MLM Scam, the numeral 2.com. But I mean, if you sincerely have a burning desire for success and you want to build a business and duplicating team that you're proud of, the secrets covered in this session can be worth millions of dollars to you. I mean, I sincerely believe that. And as I said when I started this session, is for those that this was for those that care more about reaching their goals than anything else. That's who this session was for. And if you've realized that the opportunity you're currently working is not going to take you where you want to go, I literally believe that I have found what I know will be the last network marketing company real leaders join. And I know that sounds like, what a statement, you got to have a lot of guts to say something like that. But I think the facts back it up. And before I share that with you, and I will real quickly, but before I do, it's like, Dale, I agree with everything you said. All these wellness companies, they're doomed. They're not going to go anywhere. But our product, Dale, it's formulated on Mars, and we have 7 Martians and two scientists from Saturn that form our product, and we use a different kind of fairy dust that has never been seen in the United States, and blah blah. I mean, they come up with these wild stories, and they think somehow it's true, Dale, about every company, but not mine. Ridiculous. Insanity. It is. Cognitive dissonance. You got to read that article if you haven't. It's at MLMsuccess.com in the blog. But anyway, I was saying, I sincerely believe I found the last network marketing company that leaders, once they find it, will join. Just some high quality 6-7 figure earners joining us every week with this once they hear about it. If you want, you can learn more. The website is www.lastmlm.com. www.lastmlm.com. If you're the person we're looking for, you can check it out. If you don't check it out, we both lose. Again, it's lastmlm.com. And just to end this session, many of you know this session is a few days late for me. And what I do, I normally take off at least 1 month during the summer, and I have audio cassettes from different trainings that have been done throughout the years that are many times more applicable today than when they were recorded. And I get those to my podcast guy, and he gets them all set up and going. And honestly, it's just been, I've been really overwhelmed the last couple of months. I have more going on right now at this moment than at any time in my career, my entire entrepreneurial career. And I recently started a closed door direct outreach boot camp for qualified people on our personal team, and to really refine and teach this method at the level that it needs to be taught. And I'm devoting several hours a day to this group, and I'm also trying to keep up with my normal schedule that, quite frankly, was already booked solid every day. So I have to make some changes. And honestly, I'm not sure how this podcast is going to fit into all that. If this happens to be the last podcast I do for a while, I sincerely believe that there's not a more valuable message that I could have shared with those of you that sincerely do care more about reaching your goals than anything else. And my hope and prayer is that you will have the guts to implement these 3 secrets and enjoy the blessings I know that they will bring your way. And more importantly, share them with other people. Probably the most favorite quote that I've heard in the last 5 years from Miss Tate that was shared with me by Bernadette Michaels, and that is, stop reselling the lies that you have bought. Stop reselling the lies that you've bought. Destroy them, obliviate them so nobody else gets a hold of them. And teach that which is true. That is a powerful, powerful quote. And that's where this session came from. That's what I'm trying to communicate here. The amount of false information and propaganda that has been just spewed throughout this profession is one of the main reasons that the industry is in the state that it's in right now. So again, I appreciate you listening. I hope you'll take what I've shared to heart. It's true. We have the facts to back up and document everything I've shared with you. It's just no question about it. If you find the right company at the right time in history and you're ready to get deadly serious, you can break away, get off of the MLM hamster wheel. You really can. You really can. And you can build the business that you wanted to build, a business that you're proud of, and live the network marketing dream that so many talk about. And it can be done today. But if you don't follow these 3 secrets, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. Again, my name's Dale Calvert. Thanks for listening. God bless. And I hope to talk to you again real soon. I'll give you an update down the road. I'm not sure how all this is going to play out yet. Got too much going on right now. I want to continue doing this podcast, but again, I just don't have the hours in the day to even squeeze it in at this point, because right now this boot camp is providing more value to people on our team and our long-term build than anything I can do. And I've had to take podcast time and put just the preparation time and put it into boot camp. And I hope you guys understand. But I will be back at some point, maybe next week. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out some things. But thanks so much for listening. Please take this message to heart. And I would ask you to do one last thing. Share this session with anybody that you feel could benefit from it. Thank you. God bless you. I'll talk to you again down the road.
Did you enjoy this story? Then you will probably enjoy some of the other sessions of this podcast. You can visit MLMsuccess.com and see a full playlist of the podcast since the day we started. Would you like to put some faces with the voices? Then search for Dale Calvert MLM Success Podcast on YouTube and follow us there. Please leave a comment on YouTube and let our special guests know how their story inspired you or affected you. Dale spends most of his social media time in private groups he has founded, but you can follow his public Facebook page at facebook.com/Dale Calvert page. And of course, your comments and feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you access this podcast is always appreciated. Thanks for listening, and we will be back next week and share with you another real success story that is happening right now in this new era of wealth creation that most still don't know exist. Yet.